Hello, hello! Name's Anan. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today, I got quite a treat of a build for you. A very wonky build, albeit super fun. Let's get right into it, shall we? Today's build is called Battle Axe Knight. It is very difficult to play, in my opinion, extremely difficult to play build solely themed around the basic Arcana Obsidian Splitter. I suck at using this Arcana. Let me preface the video with that, okay? And so I decided to make a build around it, and I found a very interesting combo. Now, of course, you could slap something like Fueled Berserk onto it, a very uninspired and boring combination that looks fun the first time you see it, but really it's just very bland. Now, instead, I found something very creative and weird to work with this. I have absolutely no guarantee that today's run is gonna be a good run. I am very unprepared here as I have very little experience playing this, but I believe that is key to this experience. It is a very hard to use Arcana after all, and I want to go into this completely unbiased from a modest POV. Those being terms in order to explain that I'm too lazy to try this out. No, I did play a few trial runs with this. Not entire runs, just floor 1 and then started floor 2, just to figure out how I would play this, whether this would fit my playstyle, how would I have to adapt maybe to play this build, and how to use combinations, how to potentially improve it, what items to potentially go for, even though I played those floors entirely without items. I did consider that, and I tried out a handful of things, and I feel like this is definitely a build worth presenting. It's clunky, it's difficult, it is unplayable on boss rush. In my opinion, it's just too clunky. Obsidian Splitter as a whole is just so slow that you have absolutely no time to abort it once you're locked in the animation. You are very unflexible with this, so it's just overall very bad. I'd say the Arcana by itself is not very good, and you can't really make it work all that well. So here I am today, trying to make a fun build around it, because I personally really do not like using it, and I do want to get better at that, since it is an Earth Arcana after all, which I absolutely adore, and so I should pride myself at least being able to play with this on a consistent basis and not get my ass kicked. And that's what we're going to be doing today. For our rope, we will be using the Hope rope, a very odd pick that I pretty much never pick. Now for this build, for whatever reason, I believe I see fit. It increases your max health, run speed, damage, and critical strike chance alike. These are very small increases, similarly to the Patience rope. It's a 5% max health increase for 525 max HP, 10% run speed increase, and then both 5% damage and critical strike chance increase. Now, why are we running this? The max health is neat. We're gonna be hit occasionally. This is a build that requires a lot of dedication, a lot of playtime to play well, and as I already pre-stated, I do not have that. So I'm gonna take damage occasionally just from making stupid mistakes. The run speed is gonna come in handy when kiting enemies, and this is really important to the build in my opinion. And the main reason why I keep the Hope rope, over, say, the Fall rope, which I also consider, which increases your damage and armor by 10% each, which is great. Armor, obviously, just as fantastic as having more health in terms of allowing you to be hit occasionally. And in fact, I'd say it's straight up better than having more max health. However, I don't just want the damage and the armor. Instead, I also want the run speed. And Hope rope gives us a slightly less damage increase of only 5%, but also the critical strike chance, which I also really like, because Obsidian Splitter hits really hard, and increasing the damage of all of our Arcana and the critical strike chance, albeit just very slightly, of our Obsidian Splitter, as well as the run speed and the max health in order to stay alive longer and to ease the burden of trying to dodge and not take damage and not die. I love that. I think the Hope rope is an absolutely awesome pickup to this build, and I am looking very much forward to trying to get this upgraded in the upcoming run. For our basic relic, This is combo piece number 1 of the 2, the second being Obsidian Splitter. This is the miscellaneous glove, combo gloves. Basic Arcana have an extra combo. So essentially, the story goes, I asked myself, why does this seemingly not work with like 50, 60, 70% of the Arcana, of the basic Arcana in this game? And then I just wanted to look up how this exactly works, how it is as is on the wiki, which I rarely ever use. In fact, I haven't used that for, what, years at this point. And so it was the first time I browsed the wiki, and I was like, yeah, combo gloves apparently also works for charged Arcana. And I totally forgot about that fact. I never really tried that, because I hate charged Arcana by themselves. They're just too slow for me, personally, for most builds, unless paired with something like the Chrono Glove, which essentially speeds up the duration you have to charge the Arcana for, to maximize your damage output and minimize the damage taken from having to wait, literally wait, on your Arcana to go off. So I always hated this. I always hated long charge Arcana, or long duration charge Arcana, and so it would never cross my mind to combine the combo gloves with a charged Arcana. And that is what we're going to be doing today, as I see fit. I think this is a very interesting, funny-looking combination. I don't think it's super strong by any means, but it is certainly creative and interesting. Now, for our Arcana, before I can show off the combo gloves here, for our basic, of course, we're running Obsidian Splitter, the aforementioned battle axe. Now you can tap this efficiently. It is a charged Arcana, but you can tap it for decent damage. It has a massive cleave width, absolutely amazing for cleaving through enemies, as any axe would. And you can also charge it, like so, and then release at the apex. Well, it releases automatically. And your character will throw this battle axe into enemies, which will then deal a hefty chunk of 37 damage with the damage increase from Hope, 35 by itself, critting for 60 damage plus, which is so good. So much damage for basic Arcana. It's the highest damage per hit basic Arcana in the entirety of the game by a landslide, but is also the most clunky one to use, since it is super sluggish. You have to charge it to maximize damage, otherwise it's just dealing okay damage. It is slow to use even when you tap it. There's just a lot of delays going on here, so it is super simple to be hit from floor 3 onwards. And that is exactly where the comfort zone, where my personal comfort zone just takes a nosedive. So from floor 3 onwards, this run is gonna be self-torture, and I'm very much looking forward to trying to improve, but I absolutely have no guarantee for you that I'm gonna beat or even finish this run today. I am looking forward to it though. So it deals great damage, and once you upgrade it, that axe throw also explodes for a large AoE with even more damage. It is so good, so much freaking damage. It's all the damage we're gonna need. For our dash, we will run Chaos Rift. Dash through a rift, torn open by Primal Chaos, which is the most predominantly used dash in the entire game. It's super versatile, it covers a large distance, it's instantaneous, it doesn't have a cooldown, and it can dash you through walls because it teleports you. So I could go from here to the other side, except this wall is a little too wide. It works in the dungeon though. I can't really demonstrate it here. I don't think it works here because the chests are in the way, otherwise this would work out. Very good dash. Why are we choosing this? Because it's very, very fast. So when I am inevitably forced to slow down and to stop charging my weapon because enemies get too fast, this is my hypothesis, this will come in very handy. So I can try and outmaneuver enemies and then get far enough away to a point where I can safely charge from while they are running at me, and then at least they will eat one of these charges. Now you might ask me, why are you throwing 2 axes? And that's exactly where the combo gloves come in. You can hold this to throw both axes, okay, or 1 axe from either hand, I suppose, with the combo gloves, which is fantastic. Otherwise, it would only be 1. But today we're throwing 2 hopefully soon to be exploding axes. My god, I'm really looking forward to finding that upgrade. That would be awesome. If we don't find the upgrade, well, that's too bad. Maybe the run will probably not make it onto YouTube. I would assume so, since that's the entire point of the build. You really want the upgrade here. This is the absolute core of your build, and if you can enhance it, you're kind of screwed. Another reason why we're using the Chaos Rift, because it doesn't have to be upgraded, as this is a Chaos Arcana after all, coming upgraded right off the get-go, similar to the signature, cannot be downgraded either. It's perfect. It's 100 gold, we gotta spend less. For our standard, we got Magsphere, an Arcana that you have never seen me use, and you probably will never see me use ever again. I really don't see this making any sense, but in this build, as is, it does make a lot of sense. This casts a rather long-lasting aura around you. I believe this counts as a buff. Yes, it does. And this is an aura which deflects projectiles. Any projectile hitting the outer lines of this aura, or even cast from inside, you just gotta be careful that you don't stand right in front of the caster, because then you will still take the damage, will go on an orbit around your character, signified by this aura around you. And then it can be redirected, like so. If I run with the edge of this aura, and then I target enemies with it, the projectiles orbiting around you will then hit your enemies and be consumed on hit, like they would if they hit you. Very interesting, for sure. And the enhanced version makes these projectiles also shock falls. That's just a good damage up, but trust me, this can be so insane. Absolutely mind-bogglingly insane in certain situations where there's just a lot of summoners on screen, a lot of mages on screen, where Zeal is casting a fireballs at you. They deal the same damage back. They deal 40 damage plus back. It's like you were casting exploding fireballs. It is so good, but at the same time it is so bad, because you can't do this against bosses like Shu, which cast tornadoes that are ignored. You can't use this into Zeal's comet attack or similar attacks that strike from above. You cannot use this against melee enemies, which are at least prominent over the course of half of your run, at the very least. You will very likely find Lancer, Knight, Thief, the mini-bosses I'm talking about, but also the regular enemies, the Stompers, the Golems, the big beefy black guys. There are just so many melee attacks in this game, much more than ranged attacks, much more than critical ranged attacks. And then traps. You can't neglect traps with this either. Traps are usually on the ground. They don't strike like a dart trap would from the side, right? Like as if a ranger shot you, for example. You can dodge a fair amount of projectiles with this, but with a huge caveat. You have vulnerability less permanently to deal damage for you. Direct, reliable damage. And that's why I never pick Magsphere, even though this is a fantastic support Arcana. Absolute 10 out of 10 support Arcana. As a main Arcana, or an Arcana in your main 4 Arcana, it just occupies a spot that could mean significant dodging power, significant damage output, among many other things, and therefore I think it's a lot worse than if I were to pick something like an Airborne Slam or a Permafrost Bulwark, for example. This is gonna help us cast our very sluggish X from a safe distance, even into bosses. Now you will see my playstyle wildly shift when fighting bosses compared to regular enemies. That's just because I don't have enough time to do this 2 times, or even once. I don't usually use combo gloves into bosses because they just do not give you enough time to maximize your damage, because I also want to get my signature in there to deal good damage for me, and a signature for that reason is Frost Scimitar. Now I originally went with Snowflake Chakrams to keep enemies at bay and to keep melee enemies distanced from you so you can cast your X more often, but I figured out that this doesn't really work all that well and all that consistently, and it leaves boss fights to be absolutely atrocious, early on into the game. I had to fight Shu once. My god, that was a nightmare. I couldn't really destroy the projectiles, couldn't reflect them back at him. I couldn't really cast my axe all that much, couldn't really deal much damage. It took like 6, 7, 8 phases of Shu to kill him on first boss. So, super annoying. Instead, we'll be using Frost Scimitar, which deals a lot more damage, has 2 charges, destroys projectiles, which we don't care for. That's not what we're using it for. In fact, we don't only have Magsphere and Frost Scimitar, also the throw of our Battle Axe, very efficiently so, destroys projectiles. It's just that it's too sluggish. Like, you wouldn't use this as a reactive Arcana, it's just too slow. Any projectile is faster, especially arrows, and then certain boss abilities. So you want to use your Magsphere for that. And then Frost Scimitar we just use to group up enemies, like so. To keep them stun locked for the duration and allow at least 1 X throw, and then if we keep the right distance, because it also pulls them towards us, we can maybe get off 2. Now as you can tell, the X throw has a lot of knockback, so Frost Scimitar kind of helps with everything, with the damage problem, with the how to hit enemies off screen and how to bait them, how to fight around corners. It just helps with all of these issues at once, and I love it for that. I think it's a very good pick. Now the charged version of this, excuse me, will throw, I believe, 4 or 5 of these at once. That looks like 5 to me. Dealing very good damage and also coming back to you like a boomerang, staying out there for much longer. Against bosses, these are super awesome. I love Frost Scimitar, it's such a fun Arcana. But also against regular enemies, there are just so many use cases where I'm glad I got this with me. I believe that concludes about it all. Moving on. The intended build playstyle of this build. Well, that's a good question. We will figure that out along the way. You have to alternate between the modes tapping your battle axe very carefully and then dashing in between to get behind enemies or very far from enemies, so you can at least throw your battle axe once, maybe even twice, to maximize your damage output and your AoE damage output against many enemies at a given time. And you have to alternate between using Frost Scimitar in order to control enemies, bait them in, and then combine that with an Axe throw. Against bosses of this playstyle, it shifts. You want to optimize your damage output there. You don't want to optimize how often you can cast your Battle Axe fully, meaning 2 throws. Usually you will see me throw once, and then Scimitar, and then try throwing once again, and then I will get out. Probably throwing another Scimitar as I'm walking away from the boss, because by that time, they will be starting to attack you back again. So, in those terms, the playstyle wildly shifts. You have to be very flexible, and have to have a lot of experience when best to use your Battle Axe in which sort of mode, and how aggressively you want to be, and how much distance you gotta keep. There's just a lot to unpack there, and I'm hoping to get more info on that, because I find that very interesting and intriguing. In terms of potential problems, it's certainly the sluggishness. Damage isn't so much an issue directly, but let me tell you, completely doing the floors and bosses without items, it's fine, it's just you're still so slow, so it takes forever to apply damage. Even though you apply a lot of damage per hit, you hit very, very slowly, and only like 2, 3, 4 times per boss attack cycle, so you definitely want to have some damage ups, and probably crit ups to bring that up to a maximum, maybe more attack speed and all that good stuff, which is what we're gonna be referring to now in the final segment here, recommended items in Arcana. Arcana is just everything that makes you attack more leniently, something that doesn't exactly disturb the fluidity of your attacks, something you can just chuck in between. You don't want to have too many things you can chuck in between, like I already have a Frost Scimitar, that's perfect, that's good enough. I don't want to focus on chugging things in to deal my damage for me. I want to focus on using the Battle Axe, so I'm gonna go for things that allow me to dodge abilities, typically, more easily, like jumps, like Permafrost Bulwark, and the likes. I don't want to see an Explosive Fireball, or a Bolt Claymore, or similar abilities with this build, because those would just become my main damaging abilities, as they are more versatile, much more flexible on how I want to use them, much more applicable to a variety of situations. I know those 3 terms mean the same thing, but they are just so much better, and damage-wise, they are much more reliable as well. It's just, yeah, you do not want to pick those, or at least if you pick those, don't overuse them. Just use them occasionally when you see fit. I do like more abilities with which I can bait enemies. Maybe they are clumped up in a massive group over here, and I'm standing over here, and I just kind of want to damage them a little bit before going in, just so I can more safely finish them off and have a bit more of a guarantee that they will die. So those kind of abilities, maybe something like an Inferno Beam, or I believe Raging Inferno, or just charged long-range Arcana that I can throw in here to just deal a bunch of AoE damage. Maybe even a Bull Claimer for that reason alone. Those could come in handy. I believe I would definitely pick one up if it were thrown at me, right? Or if I had enough money. And then in terms of items, I really want to see a lot more crit chance. I like more damage, but it's kind of bland. We already deal a large amount of damage. I want more crit chance, just slightly more. This is a melee Arcana, so if I find a Dark Katana tripling on crit chance on melee Arcana, that's gonna be mwah, fantastic. Loving it. Now I also want to have generally things that not only increase the damage of our Splitter, but also my Scimitar, and maybe even the Magsphere if that damage can be increased. I doubt it, but who knows? I have never used this before, so absolutely no clue how this works and whether you can increase the damage of projectiles. I'm assuming you can't because they come from enemies who have their own stats, so it's their projectiles, not yours. Therefore, shouldn't increase the damage. But I want to have that. I want to have things that are applicable to the entirety of the build. Stones could come in handy, but I would strongly prefer avoiding those, especially Windstone and the Vine Stone, or Poison Stone, whatever it's called, because rooting enemies or pushing them away are just hindering you. Pushing them away, first of all, it's a massive detriment. You can't hit neither Frost Scimitar nor an Optimal Battle Axe at all. You'll probably only hit out of 4 enemies, pushed away like 1 or 2. So that's super annoying. Super big of a run ruining thing. And then in terms of rooting them, it's just as bad. They will stay in place, but you usually want to rely on moving them around with Frost Scimitar and then the Battle Axe. So either dragging them closer towards you or pushing them far away so they can't hurt you right after throwing, because you're left vulnerable right after throwing, as with many Arcana. Once you finish the cast, you are left vulnerable for a short period of time. So get them all away from you, and you don't want items that hinder your ability to do so, such as Mystic Monopole, for example, which is the best example. It eradicates all knockback. That would be absolutely detrimental to pick up. Get rid of those immediately. Don't pick them up in the first place, is my suggestion here. Now, anything else, you might ask? Crit chance is fantastic. No stones? Great. A little bit of mobility I think is fine, a little bit of cooldown reduction so I can use the Magsphere more often into boss fights. Mobility so I can run circles around bosses much easier. I do like that. More projectile destruction synergy, such as get you some signature charge on projectile destruction, like the Bladed Buckler does, for example. Those are great. You already have a lot of projectile destruction or disruption with the Magsphere. Fantastic. Generally, you could also go for a signature charge build, though I'm trying to spread my damage out here in sort of an even way, so I don't underuse Obsidian Splitter, since that is my main focus here today. Obviously, you can play in whichever way you personally enjoy. I'm just going to try and do that. So I'm going to try and look for candies and for evening gloves, for example, or the chrono gloves, so I can just use this ability much faster and more frequently without having to be so afraid or wildly shift between playstyles just because an enemy's really fast right now, so I can't charge it, or I have to adjust my playstyle, or an enemy's really slow right now and can't be affected by knockback, so I again have to adjust my playstyle. The more basic attack enhancing items, and that's all the gloves and the candies I have, the less of a shit I have to give about those things, and the more I can actually freely use the Arcana wherever, whenever, however I want to. Okay, I think that about says it all. I don't think I forgot anything here, so moving on. I really do not want to fight Shu first again. It was quite a nightmare. I'm assuming that's because Shu just doesn't have a lot of projectiles. A lot of what Shu casts cannot be deflected using the Magsphere, and therefore I just have a much lower damage output. I also don't particularly like doing Wind First because of the evasive Knights, which I consider super duper annoying. So where do I want to go first? Pretty much anywhere else is fine, right? Lightning is also a little bit annoying, but I have earth damage against them because lightning doesn't have a lot of projectiles either. It's a lot of striking from above. Above? Did I just say above? Striking from above, of course. So, what do we get rid of? Let's see. What does he offer? He offers Zeal, which I find a very pleasant first boss. And a very pleasant first area. I think Zeal is very easy to handle and very fun. So I'm gonna say yes. Thank you very much, good sir. Okay, let's get into this. Let me just take a sip real quick. And of course, before I do, we have to fight Shu last. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see what we can make work today. Okay. I don't always tend to cast 2 axes right away because I'm just not that used to the timing. And it's super hard to... Wow, that was a very clutch teleport. It's super hard to abort the timing on this ability. It's so sluggish. Even with the fastest dash in the game, it is not that easy to time it well. We are running the beautiful piano music today. I'm expecting this to be a rather long run, though anything could happen. I find this to be very unpredictable. Now, as I also think this is a very tough build to play, extremely tough, from my experience anyway, I'm not gonna buy upgrades right away. I'm gonna wait on potentially finding an Arcana rewards card, or anything similar. Gotta pay attention to... What? Oh my god, that teleport keeps failing. What's going on? What does that keep failing? Do I need the movement speed to do so? I guess so. I think I need momentum for this to work. Maybe I was just too close. Yeah, I was just too close. Interesting. I don't use this dash that often. I find it to be super broken, and that kind of makes the game a little boring at times. This is certainly going to be a journey. Try to group them up best as I can. Now, plays like these, I can make this early on, because the black guys are just super sluggish. Or all enemies are super sluggish. But the longer this run goes on for, the less of those plays you will see. They just become impossible at that point. I will usually, if the situation is rather unsafe, i.e. the enemies are very fast, only cast 1 Frost Scimitar. Sorry, only cast 1 Frost Scimitar into 1 respective Battle Axe throw, because if I did both, the enemies would attack me straight up. Frost Scimitar just comes back to you super quickly. Crema. I don't really have anything for you, my man. Not yet, anyway. I might bring you some. We shall see. And into these you can, much like bosses, only cast 1 throw at a time as well. Sometimes you can do 2, but I wouldn't risk it. Unless it is the final blow. And you are pretty sure that you're gonna finish them off, just like I did there. Tears of Midas. Sweet. I think I have to. It's very likely that I'm taking a lot of damage. I also really like the Chaos Scanner because this allows for me to determine a lot better and more fluently or reasonably when and when not to commit to a throw. By determining whether or not the throw would kill very fast enemies. And when, especially, to commit to a double throw. So if the first throw will get rid of all of the weak but very fast enemies, then I can commit to a double throw. Like here. I didn't have to be afraid of the jumper there, because I knew that he'd die. Here, I do. I have to be afraid of both of them, and be very nimble, and dodge them. Otherwise, the jumper would have hit me. Okay. Now, let's get the Arcana upgrades. Let's get this one right away. I don't need the Magsphere. I might still find Arcana rewards card, for example. I just want to make this gameplay a lot easier. Because if I don't, I could simply fuck up a lot more. The easier I make it, the less I will fuck up. Or rather, the faster I kill my enemies, the less I can fuck up. I guess I will also get the Magsphere upgrade then. Why not, right? This is gonna be very interesting to look at. Wow, that's a lot of basic Arcana damage. I am really not used to seeing those numbers. I don't typically enjoy playing basic Arcana builds. In Boss Rush, I find them atrocious, and they take me forever. They take me forever to learn, to grasp, and to win a run on. And the double throw, because I can see the health bar there. Hello, Taffy. I wish I could just shove you into the pit. I'm pretty sure that doesn't work. You would just teleport back up. Come on. Come on, I just want to shove you into the pit of lava. I'm your friend. Okay, how do we do this? As little battle axe action involved as possible, because then I'd have to rely on getting a crit, I'm pretty sure, in order to finish him off. Battle axe is just so slow, I wouldn't really be able to cast anything else beside the axe. Oh wow, the electrocution there was really nice. Okay, so into Thieves I definitely have to adapt a lot more. I can't just throw all that easily. Ah, I teleported into the wrong direction. Must have accidentally teleported into the corner there. Didn't mean to do that. I meant to teleport right over the heads. Using the Scimitar because it deals a lot more damage into them. And then just doubling down to be sure that they won't be attacking me. Man, the damage is so good on the upgraded Splitter. I love it. I will be picking up that kite at the end of this floor. It allows for me to be hit 5 times without taking any damage, and afterwards it breaks forever. So that's gonna come in handy against Zeal here. Oh wow, the explosions are so satisfying. I love it. I always found Obsidian Splitter to be very satisfying. It's just, I'm not good at using it. I am getting this right away. It's a lot of armor, proportional to the amount of gems we are carrying around. And then it also gives us a bunch of healing when we pick up gems. When I do commit to a throw, I always want to hit the rather slow enemies like a knight or a lancer with the initial axe cleave to stun them just a little longer. I feel like that makes it a lot safer, a lot more reliable to hit, to actually connect the throw without being interrupted. I made the same mistake as earlier there. I tried dashing diagonally, but there was nowhere to go to. I am getting away with a lot more than I will soon. It's just the nature of these early floors. I hate Lancers with a passion. I will dance around them here a little bit, because I can. Yeah, I saw that, you cheeky bastard. I saw that flame shield. Gotta try better than that. Wait, I didn't proc the room. There are certain rooms where you have to walk into a certain area to activate the room. This is one of them where you have to be in the middle. Otherwise the enemies don't spawn. You can easily abuse that knowledge. And I frequently do. Sometimes even without my knowledge, or subconsciously like I did just there. The upgrade here is very strong. It's a very strong damage Arcana, Flame Fusion. Probably the reason why I don't want to get it right away. Let's see if there's some more money to get here. Nope, there's not. No obstacles. I am a fan of Armor of Resolve. I think this could be very helpful. More armor the lower my HP goes. Yeah, absolutely. I'm an axe-wielding maniac. Casting the Magsphere here before committing to the throw. Should have positioned myself a little better there because I wasn't accounting for the dash through me. Definitely was not expecting that. Now I do still have to pick up the kite here. Excuse me for a second. Linux system updates. Sometimes a little bit of a nuisance. Now we gotta wait for the cursor to vanish. It takes a few seconds. Thank you very much. Okay, now do we get Flame Fusion? I don't think so. First of all, we can't. So that's a pretty good reason we're not gonna be doing that here. No, we could, technically, right? I could... Had I not picked up the kite, I could have jumped down into a pit a few times because I got Tears of Midas and it gives me ult whenever I get hit. So, could have done that, but I don't think I want to. It's just a waste of health and resources. I deflected the projectiles into wall there. Oh, she jumped right in the moment, right as I would have killed her. Cheeky bastard, you. Now without the Frost Scimitar, without the affinity that, well, water deals more damage into fire, and without the Flame Fusion, this would have taken a lot longer, because then I would have had to use my Battle Axe a lot more. You do want to avoid doing that into bosses, it just takes forever. It's not really fun. Floors are more fun. Now we got Stormdraft, the enhanced version. Just gonna help a lot with projectile destruction. Oh, they are really slow to react. But I'm just gonna shove them off with my lovely Frost Scimitar. Right, Stormdraft also deals a lot more damage when I hit an enemy into a wall, just like you could see right there. It also crit, and it killed the archer pretty much instantaneously. Very sweet. I love off-screen Lancer jumps. But I still have the kite, which I do want to get rid of ASAP so I get more money from being hit. That is, unfortunately, a very beneficial thing to this run. Being hit is definitely going to come in handy. I don't want to intentionally blow all of them at once, but I think I only got one left at this point, so might as well. Tears of Might is, of course, only being beneficial, i.e. trading health for money if you don't get hit by an attack like this one, which deals a lot of damage in one hit, but instead a very small attack that just is rather frequent and gives you a lot of gold then. I should stop dashing diagonally like so. Interesting combination with the Flame Fusion / Frost Scimitar into Storm Draft, so I can push them back so far they can't really do anything, quite frankly. Very, very fun. Hello. How you doing? I love Stormdraft, it's a very fun Arcana. Very good for support, for damage, for versatility, for shoving enemies into pits. It's just a 10 out of 10. Very, very nice Wind Arcana. Bye-bye. Again, we get the Flame Fusion upgrade. I'm gonna keep it unupgraded. This could come in handy when trying to trade at Dr. Songs, for example. I love the effect of the explosion. If we throw this over the head of an enemy, the explosion knocks them back into us. Now this can be a detriment because it allows them to attack you right away without potentially having to cover distance. But I do like it. It looks very satisfying. We get 2 candies here and a Journal of Midas. I don't think Journal is too beneficial here. I think it's very likely for us to be taking damage from this point going forwards. So instead I'm gonna take... Oh, I mixed these up. I thought these were candies as well. No, they're not. Obviously, they are a sprite, pixie, fairy, however you want to call them. I do really like the cinnamon hearts. I don't think it's too worth getting these though, but I mean, what else am I gonna do, right? Venom Stone is a detriment, not doing that. Definitely getting the Cinnamon Stones. I will get the Midas item, just for good measure. Okay, so we have all the Midas items. I apparently did fail to proc the teleporters on the bottom right. Must have forgotten. Or overlooked them, I was probably talking. There you go. Okay. Ooh, that's lovely. I love Soaring Ivy. It's really good. Okay. Anything else I gotta buy? No. So, moving on. 2-2. Getting really close to the end here already. Oh well, between us and Shu, there still stands... Sorry. Between us and Sura, the actual end boss of the game, the factual end boss of the game, there stands Shu, my personal end boss of this game. So much money there. From both Tears of Midas and Journal, because we just killed so many things in one hit. I feel like maybe we might have to throw 2 Scimitars from stage 3 onwards in order to stop those guys from charging us. Do it. See you later, alligator. Sweet. Attack them before they charge again, so I can finish them off. Okay, bait the knights into one corner, get rid of the summon because it is atrocious to deal with. Bait all the trouble into one corner, that's my strategy here. It doesn't work very well. I am trying really hard to focus the summoner, but I am in lots of trouble. Do we get this? It's a lot more money. Yeah. I don't want to disrupt my health pool here, so not getting Glass Cannon, as there would be a lot of max health that we would lose all at once. I'm not feeling super comfortable with that. Also, due to the fact that I got Tears of Midas, having more max health is definitely more beneficial, as that means I can get hit more, or sacrifice more health in order to gain more money. Okay, that dart went nowhere. That's okay. I did completely fail hitting that fireball there. Okay, this is an attack that you can't avoid. Shiro just went in and thrown the scimitars to bait them into the pit, or into their respective pits. Evening gloves. Sweet. Absolutely taking those. I also love the super carrot cake. That would be a lot more HP, the more we're hit. I also love the Whimsical Explodium, but I don't think we really need that here, as we mostly have struggle killing enemies, not exactly getting them to low HP, so... Try to group them up using the Scimitar, and then hit as many as possible. Again, wait for a Magsphere here, and then do the same thing. Oh, sorry. Controller issue. Oh man, now my journal streak is reset. That's slightly annoying. Again, I missed the arrow. What am I doing? I'm having a lot of trouble right now controlling my controller. Which is quite ironic, if you consider that I'm the controller of the controller and I'm having trouble controlling the controller. Okay, I'll stop talking. Stop bullying me. Yay, I hit the damn dot. Frost Scimitar shenanigans. You love to see it. I almost blew myself up there because I wasn't wary of the fact that it would come back to me. I just, yeah. Yikes, brain farts, man. Now, do I want the Berserker's Axe as well? I don't think I want to have that later. It typically benefits those builds that hit many times, and we absolutely do not do that. I do, however, take the Whimsical Explodium here. I think it might just come in very handy. Casting my signature here to destroy the archer's projectile. And then just ignoring the archer for the rest of the boss fight, because why not? Usually want to get rid of them right away, but let's be honest, we really do not have to do that. We got a lot of money there again. Oh, that was actually the alchemist's turn this time. Man, we have so many money machines in here. Can't even tell where half of my map is, but that's fine, I suppose. Pretty evenly spread damage here, just as I was hoping to do. I probably want to replace the flame fusion here with my my dash that I'm not using currently. Ah, get fucked. That was sweet. That was an incredibly fun boss fight. So much money. Thank you very much, you guys. And healing as well at the same time. Alchemist Stone is fantastic. Piano music. Piano music. Piano music still chill as fuck. Just gotta love it. Randomly start speaking French. These attack so insanely fast, you pretty much have to teleport away immediately after attacking. I almost failed right there. That was pretty damn close. Missed that one. I missed the dot again! I am currently my worst enemy. There's the third flame fusion upgrade. I appreciate it a lot. I love this Arcana. But I don't exactly have the money or the health. Again, missing the dart. Darts are flying everywhere today. Slowing these down and then just finishing them off with our ranged abilities. No hassle. You come over here. You stop doing that shit. Oh hey, Mimic. Oh wow, the room doesn't proc from this side either. That's very interesting. Wow. Okay, so in case you didn't know, this is a room that you usually approach from the bottom, and at the top of this very room there's always a large chest, which can be a large Mimic. Like in this case it was. And then once you... in this room, initially there are 2 knights and this large chest. And then when you enter, or you approach the middle of the room, the lower part of the middle of the room, then the room will lock you in and spawn 2 archers up here, elemental or not, and then a stone golem in the middle of the room. So this is a very tough room, especially when there is a Mimic over here. You always want to take on those knights you can see from over here, funnily enough. And yeah, but you don't want to approach the spawn point or the approximate spawn point of the room. You just want to full clear the knights so the room gets a lot easier. Fuck you, dude. I love the explosions on this axe. Shit is awesome. I can proudly say I learned something new today. Okay. Love the confetti. I wish that were an item just like the Unicorn, which just randomly spreads confetti when I kill enemies. So it essentially works like Whimsical Explodium, and enemies just explode into a nice looking cloud of confetti, whether that dealt damage or not. On kill, I think that would be fantastic. Very flavorful. Do it. Come on, pussy. Shoot. Try me, bitch. Always gotta take when they are synced. So they are next to each other and they just performed an attack, meaning that both of them will not be attacking me while I'm trying to swing my slow as fuck battle axe. Always gotta pay attention to those shenanigans. Otherwise you will be left in the dust. Oh, apparently my battle axe got cancelled there. That was a very rough run because I played it quite poorly. Makes sense. My focus and positioning there was very off. That could be either a trap room or a shop, considering that we are missing 2 shops here. That's most likely gonna be a shop. Yes, it is. It's a Robe upgrade. Neat. I think I will be making that just later. Yeah, I'm gonna do that later. As I would prefer having an option to heal. Okay. Another stone, another sprite. Okay, and the supply crate. Does it stack with anything we have? I don't think so. It doesn't stack with the minus items. We don't have any shop-themed items here, so no. It does, in fact, not stack with anything we currently are possessing. We have a lot of gold. We could absolutely go for the supply crate, and I think it's a very viable pickup. Whereas the takeout box is a good example for a pickup that is quite poor at this point. We have a wallet over there which allows us to spend even more money using our gems. So we have a potential, a large potential. We have potentially, what? Like 1,800 coins currently. What do we do? Let's get the robe upgrade first. And then I think, oh, did that count as damage taken? Did my HP jump from, did it jump? Did it go up? Did it go down? I don't know. 597 currently. Don't know. I think this stacked with the super carrot cake. I think it got 10 extra. I'm not sure though. So, 7.5% increased max health. Oh no, right, it's the robe upgrade, right? I'm stupid. 15% run speed, 7.5 damage, 7.5 crit chance. That's neat. So, going forward, I would like to heal. And then get rid of the takeout box. Grab myself a supply crate instead. That's critical healing. It's certainly pretty damn powerful. Now we could get rid of Whimsical, but I think I'm going to unload all of this money later, as with the supply crate, it really doesn't matter when you do so. Obviously, having good items now would make the rest of the run very easy. I might also want the other wallet. Like, that's quite a large potential, right? That's a lot of money you could spend. But also, that's a lot of items I lose right away. I think it's fine. I'll get it. Wallet of Splendor. Very, very interesting combination. Now, I can't stack any items. I don't have stackable items. Most items I have are pretty currently, so... but none of these are so bad that I would exchange them for something like a catalytic vial. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait on that. Anything I'm forgetting here? I could get the Flame Fusion upgrade. And you know what? At this point, I will. Moving on. I just have so much money with all the gems. Additionally, that is redonkulous. Gotta love it. And we don't have to fight Shu here right away, so we even get another chance to spend all of our money. Oh, I love that. Unfortunately, it does not stack with Whimsical, which we've also trashed. It is very strong though. Would we exchange any of our items for that? Most likely probably the Chaos Scanner, but it is very valuable to this specific build. I'm not sure we can proc Armor of Resolve. It is not currently active as the icon of that suggests, so I will try to pick this up for now. I just really can't hit the dot today, what can I say? I'm really bad at that today. Okay. Of course we did fuck that up. I'm really not used to using this dash to get on there. Lotus Froststone. Hello. Ouch. Oh, never seen that attack before. Interesting. So, Froststone is gonna be slightly better than the Armor of Resolve here, simply because we can't proc the letter. Gonna use my additional tools here. I don't think that is really that huge of an issue. From a moral POV. Okay. Hello, shop number 1. It's the least important shop, unfortunately. Let me boop you into wall twice, and then you're pretty much dead. I'm impressed we hit crits on all of those hits. That was quite satisfying. Again, I keep dashing diagonally into walls. Could have easily used the battle axe there, but what good would that be? Now I'm gonna wait and not heal right away because I might find Catalytic Vial, for example, again, and then pick it up temporarily to heal there to potentially double the amount of healing. Or is it just like 50% increased healing? Either way, it's definitely gonna be worth... It would definitely going to be worth it. Let's put it that way. Makes a lot more sense. Confetti everywhere! Which is very weird with this build. I was not expecting to be able to play this so well. Love the additional poke ability there. Oh my god, Vampire Eyeglasses. The more I crit, the more I heal. Certainly more useful than the supply crate for now. As long as we are not buying anything, we don't need the supply crate. So that's just a little extra healing. And by little, I mean a tiny, tiny wee bit. Because we have an absolute abysmal crit chance currently. Where do we gotta... Oh, right. Down here. Didn't even see that. Just gonna abuse my knowledge there. I keep dashing diagonally. I gotta stop this. It's not good for me. So I keep doing this, trying to dash down. But this doesn't work because then the dash tries to locate something to, well, diagonally to the wall, and there is nothing there, so it just dashes nowhere. You just stay in place, and it makes me take damage. Now I could increase the Magsphere duration. Absolutely, I could do that with the teapot. I don't think that's super worth it. Increased likeliness of finding health orbs. This is very helpful, but the floor is pretty much done, so what's the point? And other than that, I don't really see any potential good pickups there. So yeah, we are literally done with the floor right now. Okay, now, it is not yet the time to retrieve any of these items, if I'm not mistaken. Crash Night, so unfortunately our Magsphere is gonna be quite useless here. Love the healing. Didn't really mean to use Magsphere there, but it's fine. Doesn't do us harm. Oh my god, I keep using it instead of LB. Okay, let's not do that. Let's take it slowly and only... Okay, yeah, take it really slowly apparently. Don't even do that. Only one throw, not two. Got it. Cool. Oh, love the health orbs. Thank you very much. Now we still got a massive heal coming up. Let's get rid of the frost stone again, as that doesn't really help us too much. It deals okay damage though. But into bosses, I'd much prefer having a candy since they are long range, while, well, stones you have to be inside of the range of the enemy you're trying to hit for an extended period of time. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to drop anything else here. Now, if we get increased crit chance from this trade over here, I might consider getting back the sanguine, whatever the hell they're called, sunglasses. We get them. We get the placebos. Oof. Sweet. Love to see it. I don't want to get rid of the super carrot cake. I don't really want the healing pot either. I have a lot of healing coming up with the chakras and all. I don't exactly want to get rid of Vault either. This could mean a lot more money from being hit. And a lot more money could mean a lot more potential. What do I get rid of? I don't really want to get rid of the hearts. I could get rid of the chaos scan at this point because like boss health I can visibly see. I don't have to have an item to show that to me. And I think we are done for this floor. My heart bleeds just a little having to leave these 3 awesome items back on the floor. I kind of really want the vampiric eyeglasses. I believe they're called. I kind of really, really want them. Is there any way I could fit them inside? I do like cinnamon hearts a lot, unfortunately. They are stacking. I guess I just have to, right? Yeah, I kinda have to. I'm so sorry. No, it's just... Oh, man. Just move on. Don't think about it. Just move on. Hello, Shu. How you doing? This is gonna be a terrible boss fight, as per usual. But at least I don't get double trouble or anything of that nature. So I can take a lot of hits. I will be fine. I hate you from the bottom of my heart. Please fuck off. Yay! Being stunlocked is so fun and fair to the player. And like, attacks that don't always behave the same way. I hate this. I absolutely hate this boss fight with a passion. I couldn't even teleport through that. What a scam. Okay. Fuck you, dude. Always a displeasure, honestly. I don't even care about trying to beat him with my battle axe. It's not happening. He's fighting with unfair methods, so I will do so as well. Oh my god, the crit chance! Are you sure it's just 13%? Holy shit, more like 90. Is it because I'm low on HP? Does it have like a hidden mechanic to it? Every hit is a crit! What is going on right now? That is ridiculous. Holy crap! What's going on? There a single hit in there that's not a crit? I'm gonna have to look this up. I knew that it doesn't seemingly increase it by just 12%. It feels more like 30%. But this right now, this right here, this is ridiculous. Crit on every single hit. It's probably because I'm sub 50% HP, I would assume. Maybe that's a hidden mechanic. My god. All this tiny ass healing. The vial would have absolutely paid off by now. Okay, starting off lightly with the Helm of Midas. Thank you very much. Now, it's only trash from here, apparently. I'm not gonna heal using any crystals just yet. There's not really much of a point right now. I'm gonna keep these right here. These items that I will absolutely 100% keep. I might actually get rid of the combo gloves at this point because I can't really pull this off anymore unless I find chrono gloves as well. But I might, so who knows. Love the armor, it's definitely going to come in handy. Let's buy all the cheap stuff. Candies, sweet. Catalytic vial, perfect. Elven ears, oh my god, so much healing. Let's just chuck a bit of healing quickly, shall we? Sweet. Let's do that again from over here. Holy crap, that's a lot of healing. And then with the crit chance and all, this is gonna be ridiculous. So, gotta keep these here. Absolutely, I think the auto attack builds we can absolutely lose at this point going forward because we found something that is pure gold and it's a crit healing build. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think I need the armor either at this point. I just have so much healing with everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still need a little bit of damage. I want to keep that. 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can still go for 3 other items. I'd say all the items that I got right now are not worth keeping. So all of the basic attack focused items are out. Super Carrot Cake makes a lot of sense with the armor. Maybe I will keep the armor. I don't know. We'll see what we can get to pick up here. So we get duration of your shock, chance to burn fast. This stacks. I'm not sure this does, so I'm gonna pick this up. Gem locator. Pick up the cheaper item. Does it stack? Doesn't. Matchstick. Oh, this. Matchstick. Bounty. The question is, how much money do I want to spend here? Maybe, at the end of the day... I'll have a plethora of different builds on the same floor. Singing Ball. Okay, now this is where it starts hurting. 150 per Arcana. Still haven't found one of those shop Arcana, which drastically reduces the prices. Analytical Monocle. Sweet. Sweet Jesus. And then this. Even more crit chance. Signature on projectile destruction. That's pretty damn good. I don't think that's... I mean, I have to. I have to try. I have to try. I got an aura that doesn't exactly destroy projectiles. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no! The glass has disappeared! Probably because there's too many items lying around. Okay, let's just pick up the pieces. It's fine, we don't need the healing, necessarily. We can still go for the favorable auto-attack build. Right, so pick up these. I'd say we always 1 for 1. Pick up a candy, pick up the gloves. No, I guess we do kind of want to commit to the auto-attack build, huh? Yikes, that sucks. That is some really dumb shit that just conspired. Man. Okay, and we don't really have any more gems to keep trading here, so we do want to lose the supply box as well. Maybe it didn't disappear because we had too many ends, maybe it just bucked into the wall here, but usually you can see them when they are out of bounds. Like right here. So, I'm assuming it just disappeared, it just vanished. And also our necklace did, which really sucks. There would have been a lot of armor and healing that we absolutely could have dealt with. However, not a lot of armor actually, considering that we just spend pretty much all of our gems. Okay, what the hell do we keep? I think we keep this for more crit chance, which is nice. All of these kind of suck at this point, so let's just go for it. Let's grab the healing for good measure, and then go for it. We absolutely blew it! We had it all and we gave it all away, but how often do you find yourself in this situation? You can just buy an infinite amount of enemies, practically, and then items start... of enemies, of items, is what I meant to say. And then practically everything starts vanishing because you drop too much shit on the floor. Like, I've had that, what, like 3 times over my entirety of my Wizard of Legend career, so pardon me for forgetting about that part. I thought the threshold would be a lot higher than that. It's very unfortunate, but at least now we have to rely on our basic attack build. And stay truthful to the build. We can die a hero now. That's good damage. I hate that attack. I absolutely hate that attack. Some things just never change. I'm definitely gonna have to look up the crit chance here. This cannot be legitimate. Or maybe the item is simply lying. The item description. It says 13%. There is no way it's just 13%. Absolutely. Not a chance in the world. Now, I do kind of miss Demi's teapot. Would have been great into Sora. Well, that doesn't work. Probably because it's chaos and it can't be reflected. But the other ones should work. Well, that one not, because it's not a projectile. These do. Very effectively so. Okay, ice is already out. Well, to be fair, this is a lot more exciting. It's a lot more unsure of what the outcome of this fight is going to look like. On that fire attack. Well, he has a lot of melee attacks, to be honest, a lot of attacks that I simply cannot dodge. And then he teases me. Coming right up to my face, telling me, huh, can't dodge right, huh? But fuck you, guy. I have a lot of crit chance, pretty much 100%, I'm pretty sure at this point. Maybe it's an exploit, maybe it's actually the item. No clue what happened there, but we had a lot of armor and crit chance going there for us, so there's pretty much no way we would lose that. So we now know that Bladed Buckler does not seem to work with the Magsphere. I would have to rewatch the footage. I feel like I got a few subjectively feeling like instantaneous full signature charge bars, but I wouldn't know without watching the footage. I'm definitely gonna rewatch that. I'm definitely gonna check up on the critical placebos, because this 12% seems more like an 80-90% increase. Of course, we also had auditors there at the very end to increase our crit chance, largely, but this did not feel legitimate at all. I'm gonna have to check up on that. Very fun run. I did goofed up in the end, but I wouldn't say that really took away from anything, if only made the Sora fight a lot more drawn out and not so one-sided. Love having a high health pool with this and a lot of armor. I know I said that prior as well. It's a very sluggish build, so obviously you're gonna get hit, and the more armor and health you have, the more unsafe you can play and the more mistakes you're allowed to make. So love the armor of resolve, very helpful. Definitely always in the back of my head that, yeah, once I get back to low HP, I'm not gonna be in as big a trouble because I got a lot of armor going for me. Very reassuring, for sure. Thank you, dear viewer, very much for watching. Hope you can learn something, just like me. Maybe from the footage. We'll see. Maybe it was just about that ridiculous crit chance. I have no idea what happened there. I'll find out after this video concludes. And until usual. Sorry, what? And like usual, I meant to say. Thank you very much. I wish you all a good morning, a good day, or a good night, wherever you are. And until next time, bye-bye.